We know a lot of parents are going to be taking their kids to the pool, right, to escape this heat. If you have little ones, you can never stop watching them around water. You look away for a few seconds, a child can easily get into trouble in a pool. Melissa Correa shows us some resources here, right here in the Houston area, to help parents keep their kids safe. Mel?
Hey there, Russ. Listen, this neighborhood pool in Tomball is popping. Trust me, I've got some kids ready to work on cue. This is where everyone wants to be on hot days. And the Judah Brown Project is working to make the pool as safe as possible because Judah's mom understands the risks. Fearless in floaties and a water baby at heart, 3-year-old Judah Brown loved to swim. But in September 2016, after he slipped off his floaties, Judah snuck back in the pool and drowned.
I think I get my strength from seeing these kids going from not knowing what to do in the water to being able to be fully capable of saving themselves.
Mom Christy is using her son's memory to drive her mission. The Judah Brown Project offers training for CPR and survival swim. Watch how it works. The training teaches a child to turn onto their back and float.
6 months. 6 months old to 6 years is survival swim. I think the cost is a big barrier. Also, not knowing that flotation devices give a false sense of security to children.
So the project is offering scholarships to help at least 40 families learn survival swim. And they're now teaming with the Houston Health Department while gaining support from Houston firefighters and the Harris County Sheriff.
I think they're starting to understand that this is a serious issue.
As of Monday, 40 children have drowned in Texas pools.
And Harris County is #1 in Texas for this type of death.
If they start struggling in the water, if they start looking like they're climbing a ladder in the water.
Christy will also help adults learn what to look for.
When my son passed away, I wanted to make sure that this didn't happen to anybody else.
Listen, so if you're heading to the pool on one of these hot days, stand with us as we stand with Houston. These are 4 things you can implement ASAP to make the pool safer for everyone. The first one, guys, is to designate a water watcher. That is someone who is focused only on the pool, no distractions, no cell phone, and no socializing. Also, teach your kids how to swim. Remember, survival swim is just that. Traditional swim classes focus on technique. And get someone at the pool who knows CPR, and then make sure they take a refresher annually. And the 4th thing, implement barriers, a fence around the pool, a gate. It's 2019. Did you know, Russ and Reka, there are even pool alarms that you can put that will alert you to anyone going into the water?
Yeah, really good information. Everyone thinks it can't happen to me,
right,
but it can happen to anyone.
School's out for the summer, as we know, and city officials are urging everyone you need to keep safety top on your mind. The city of Houston's medical director, Houston's fire chief, along with so many others gathered to share safety advice when it comes to preventing drownings and hot car deaths. Drownings is the leading cause of unintentional death for children between the age of 1 and 4. 3-year-old Judah Brown passed away days after drowning back in 2016. His parents say they consider themselves competent and careful parents and never could have imagined that this would happen to them.
We didn't understand the risks. That is not to say that we shouldn't enjoy pools. We shouldn't enjoy the benefits of water and relaxation, but we must become aware of the dangers of water and how it can happen in 20 to 30 seconds and silently. We had no sense at all.
That's so heartbreaking. Well, Judah's preschool teacher actually funded the Judah and founded the Judah Brown Project in his honor. Its mission, to make sure every parent and caregiver understands the importance of water safety. It also provides scholarships for swim lessons, water smart trainings in schools, and CPR classes at low or no cost.
A warning for parents as summer begins. Watch your children very closely around the swimming pool.
This comes after 2 toddlers in 2 separate cases nearly drowned on Memorial Day. ABC 13 reporter Jeff Ely live now in Northwest Harris County, and with much more on how we can keep our kids safe. Jeff?
Good morning. This is something every parent needs to know about, whether you have a backyard pool or maybe you live near a neighborhood pond. We are right now in the most dangerous time when it comes for children and drowning. As we saw on Memorial Day, 2 children nearly drowned after they somehow managed to find themselves in a pool, and they are both listed in extremely critical condition. The first near drowning happened here off Windcrest Court. A 2-year-old ended up in the pool. Another child alerted adults who were gathering towels. Then just a few miles away on Paintbrush Dawn Court, it happened again. A 2-year-old was found in a hot tub. More than a dozen adults were at the home for a party, and somehow the child found a way into the water. Both toddlers are now in critical condition.
I know absolutely what they're going through, and it's horrific.
Christy Brown knows exactly what the 2 families are dealing with. Her 2-year-old son, Judah, drowned back in 2016, and ever since, Christy has used the Judah Brown Foundation, which was started by a family friend, Annette Courtney, to teach pool safety to as many kids as possible.
Drowning is the #1 cause of accidental death in children ages 1 to 4, and it's #3 from children ages 5 to 19.
Brown says adults need to establish layers of protection around the water. Stay in the pool with your child, even if they have a flotation device. Designate a water watcher, a responsible adult who will not be distracted, who will monitor the pool at all times. Switch water watchers every 15 minutes. Make sure your pool has a 4-sided fence that is 5 feet tall with a self-locking gate. Put alarms on all windows and doors that lead to your pool, and make sure those windows and doors are locked at all times. Have a warning system on your pool that sounds anytime someone gets in the water. And teach kids survival swimming lessons. Teach them early. Even infants can learn these critical skills.
So as soon as they can crawl, they can drown. So what we say is that as soon as they can sit up on their own, they have the upper body strength to be able to learn these skills.
Christy also passes out these lanyards that designate somebody as a water watcher. Basically, it says that they will keep their eyes on the pool. They won't be distracted by social media or anything else. She also says make sure that there is a CPR certified adult if you're going to have children around your swimming pool. That is critical. She also says that these safety tips are important because, again, this is the time when more kids will die because of drowning incidents, and pools are the #1 cause of death for kids 1 to 4 years old in as far as accidents are concerned. So you've got to know these rules. If you want to see more about these tips or how you can learn more about how to keep your kids safe, we've got a link to our website, abc13.com. You can go there and find the link to the judahproject.org that has all of these things spelled out for you step by step, guys.
Good information,
yeah,
Jeff. Absolutely
really
great information. We're just barely kicking off the swimming season. And then, of course, over the weekend, we had the 2 teenagers who apparently drowned. One body has been found.
Right.
You covered that story as well. Yeah.
Right. And that's just in our area. You know, we were talking to Christy. She says there was another child that got into a situation in Corpus Christi. Again, it's the Judah Brown Project. Want to make sure we get that right, the Judah Brown Project. But we have that link for you on our website, abc13.com.
I want to remind parents that with this summer season kicking off, you need to be very, very careful and cautious when your child goes out for a swim. As we told you earlier in the newscast, there have been at least 10 recent drownings here in the Houston area. Fox 26's Natasha Geigel spoke with a family who suffered a tragic loss when their son drowned. She has more on their story and a warning tonight. Natasha.
Well, Jonathan, with the recent heat advisory we've been experiencing in our area, the best way to cool off usually is by jumping into a pool, beach, or a lake. But whether it's any of those, you want to remember that practicing water safety is extremely important, because if not, the consequences could be deadly.
Today would have been Judah's 6th birthday. At the age of 3, he drowned and died. So today, even though he's not with us, he's in heaven, we still recognize his birthday every year.
Judah's death sparked a passion in his preschool teacher, Annette Courtney, and his family to start the Judah Brown Project.
We offer classes for our community, so we go into schools and speak about water safety, teach kids how to be water smart. We go into doctors, hospitals, nurses, and hand them these water safety pamphlets, and these are all over the United States now.
It's heartbreaking for us every single time it happens because we relive it, and we understand exactly what those parents are going through, and it just breaks our heart to see it happen again.
The foundation also offers CPR classes, recommends 5-foot fencing around all swimming pools, and alarms on doors leading to pools. It also promotes assigning adults as water watchers.
So what they do is they wear it for 15 minutes and then pass it on to the next adult. They don't talk, text, or have conversation during the time they're watching the water.
They advise parents to use touch supervision and not to rely on flotation devices, as it provides a young child a false sense of security. They also want people to enroll their child in swimming lessons.
And it also puts them in the drowning position in the water. So the drowning position is a vertical position, and it's not a position that kids can breathe in. And so it teaches that muscle memory for the drowning position in the waters.
The Brown family is also working with the Harris County Sheriff's Office, saying this is an issue they will continue to address until the number of drowning deaths is 0.
I mean, it's so prevalent. There's so much happening right now in Harris County in Texas. Texas is #1 in the country for drownings, and Harris County is #1 in Texas.
Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez addressed this on Twitter today. Part of his tweet reads, quote, "This is a public health crisis. At Harris County Sheriff's Office, we continue to raise awareness. We see the impact to our community and the aftermath when responding to these scenes. We must all do more to address this." Now, there are plenty of resources available in our area, and we will have some of those places listed on our website, whether it's for swimming lessons or for water safety classes. You'll find it on our website, fox26houston.com. Natasha Geigo reporting, Fox 26 News.
Backyard pools, neighborhood pools, apartment pools, all of them have been scenes of terrible tragedy this summer in the Houston area, with several of our children drowning. That's why summer water safety was the focus of an event held today. Our Taisha Walker is joining us live in Bel Air with the important message for all families. Taisha?
Bill, and not just pools, it could be the beach, the bathtub, any body of water. You know, first responders across Harris County have seen 8 tragedies alone this year. It can take seconds for a fun day at the pool or at the beach to turn into tragedy. The Zach Foundation's water safety camp is making waves at the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Clubs of Metropolitan Houston. The goal, to make sure children know how to swim and stay safe around bodies of water.
So when they become adults, it's ingrained in them, and then so, you know, we don't have the kind of accidents, the drownings that we've had.
Texas leads the nation in child drownings. Harris County had 8 this year, more than any other county in the state, according to the Help and Hope organization.
And it happened to us. And it happened to us because we didn't know how dangerous water can be.
Mark and Christy Brown's son Judah died 3 years ago, 2 days after falling in a pool. Both parents weren't far away.
And I saw our friend holding the limp body of our 3-year-old Judah. What had happened is that in just, we think, around 20 to 30 seconds, he had fallen in the pool.
Houston's Fire Chief Sam Pena says he wants families to enjoy pools and the beach, but he says they should also be aware how quickly and quietly children can go underwater.
It's not like we would see in the movies where the kids are splashing and you know, highlighting themselves. It happens quickly. It's silent a lot of times, and before we realize it, tragedy can strike.
Back here live, children that are not as strong swimmers should wear life vests or flotation devices. We've seen a number of children wearing those here at this pool. There are also several lifeguards here on duty, but a lot of parents standing by watching their children, something Chief Pena says should happen all the time. Reporting live here in Bel Air, Taisha Walker, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Cambiamos de tema, estamos en plena temporada de vacaciones, justo cuando ocurren más muertes de niños por ahogamientos, pero también es la época en que aumentan drásticamente las temperaturas, lo que pone en riesgo a los menores si es que son dejados dentro de vehículos. Carlos de Pavía está en vivo para decirnos cuáles son las recomendaciones que dan autoridades para prevenir estos casos. Carlos.
Así es, Augusto, ya han ocurrido 8 ahogamientos en nuestra región y 39 en todo el estado de Texas en lo que va del año, porque poner atención a los niños en las piscinas es de prioridad. La ley municipal estipula que cualquier alberca en Houston deberá estar cercada y con un cerrojo de seguridad. Esa es la mejor prevención para evitar ahogamientos.
No es como uno ve en las películas, que los niños que se están ahogando hacen ruido y que nos alertan. Eso ocurre sin ruido. En segundos puede ocurrir una tragedia, así es que tenemos que estar vigilantes.
Solo lleva 20 segundos para que un niño se ahogue, por lo que esa zona de peligro debe estar resguardada.
Inmediatamente tienen que reportarlo a la oficina de los apartamentos, porque esas siempre tienen que estar funcionando. Es requerido que siempre estén funcionando.
Otro riesgo con el calor son los niños que son olvidados en el interior de un auto. El verano pasado murió el menor BJ Whitlock cuando fue olvidado en una van de la guardería donde supuestamente los cuidarían. Mi hijo estuvo 4 horas encerrado en el transporte escolar sin que nadie se hubiera dado cuenta de que él estaba adentro y falleció.
Pueden hacer ciertas cosas para prevenir eso, dejar sus bolsas, sus teléfonos celulares en el asiento de atrás.
Cifras del Departamento de Salud indican que desde 1998 han fallecido 806 menores olvidados adentro de un auto caliente. Por cierto que los centros de salud estarán dando folletos con información para que los niños puedan aprender a nadar y también evitar que mueran en un carro caliente. Estamos reportando en vivo desde el noroeste de Houston, Carlos de Pavía, Noticiero Telemundo Houston.